In the history of unexplained phenomenon, the Bennington Triangle is the ultimate control group. Here, everything that should have been left behind, a track, a struggle, a fiber of clothing, was not. The proof of the anomaly is the perfect, terrible void. Project Vacuum is the intelligence designation. The file is a critical forensic study of 5 systematic removals that defied physics. The missing were not lost in the traditional sense. They were subjected to non-conventional absence vector. Today, using highly specific declassified intelligence memos filed under CIA RDP58 Geophysical Absence and FBI NTSB Abduction Atmospheric Series, we undertake an investigation into Project Vacuum. We'll analyze the mountain that swallows people whole. Glastonbury Mountain has always carried a dark reputation. Long before the 1940s disappearances, local legends warned against settling there, and historical documents note it was considered an unstable location. Crucially, intelligence noted that almost all disappearances were concentrated on the western slope of Glastonbury, a specific geographic and topographical bias that points directly toward a localized geological cause. The mountain itself was the mechanism. An FBI historical survey noted the local warnings. This is an FBI quote from 1950 after a local survey. Local, historical, and incidental accounts consistently designate the western slope of Glastonbury as an area of inherent instability and atmospheric threat. This supports the hypothesis of a permanent, geographically constrained anomaly operating within a narrow topographical window. End quote. Search and rescue teams confirmed the forensic dilemma was amplified by the environment. The Bennington Triangle is characterized by dense forest, thick moss, and high moisture content, a terrain that is ideal for retaining human tracks and debris. In a normal scenario, an exposed body is often found and a victim's tracks are clear. In Bennington, the absence of tracks in this specific soil is as big an anomaly as the disappearance itself. The lack of tracks suggests the victim's mass was removed while still airborne or instantly displaced, not while walking. An NTSB terrain analysis refuted the lost theory. A quote from 1951. The substrate composition of the primary disappearance zones, characterized by high moisture and compact soils, exhibit high evidence retention probability, over 90%, that the lack of lateral tracks or scuff marks, even for the larger asset, confirms removal via a mechanism that precludes conventional surface contact during the transition event. End quote. Early theories attempted to use conventional explanations, namely hypothermia, exposure, or falling into a hidden crevice. These were quickly discounted by the sheer volume of high-quality searches. If the victims died of exposure, their bodies or skeletal remains would have been found years later, especially given the density of the area. The fact that extensive multi-agency searches, including CIA recon teams, found nothing definitively ruled out natural causes. The victims did not succumb. They were removed. An FBI operational review confirmed the unrecoverable status from 1952. It reads, and I quote, "The complete absence of biological residue or skeletal remains after 3 high-density search protocols confirms that the assets were not subjected to conventional mortality vectors. The lack of debris mandates classification as a non-recoverable absence." End quote. The gravimetric sink theory became the primary scientific focus. This hypothesis suggests that the Bennington Triangle is subject to temporary, severe fluctuations in the local gravitational field, potentially a highly localized natural vacuum effect or temporal singularity. The mechanism would be quick, silent, and clean. A sudden massive spike in gravity at a single point could cause instant molecular disintegration or displacement into another dimension, all without leaving us sound or struggle. A CIA geophysical assessment detailed the energy physics. This is a quote from the CIA in 1955. Quote, "The potential for a localized transient gravimetric anomaly capable of inducing rapid spatial displacement of molecular mass is the leading non-conventional theory. This event would be non-auditory and non-visual, if below the visible light spectrum, perfectly matching the zero trace removal signature." End quote. The alternative theory, driven by Cold War paranoia, was the silent abduction vector. If the disappearances were systematic, as the statistics suggest, they required a sophisticated stealth technology. This mechanism had to be capable of high-speed removal, operating faster than the human eye or ear can register, no auditory signature, leaving no sonic boom or engine noise, and clean material removal, ensuring the complete absence of all physical evidence. This points towards a non-conventional, highly intelligent, and highly secretive technology, either military, foreign, or non-terrestrial. A CIA intelligence review focused on the stealth of the operations. This is a CIA RDP58 non-conventional vector analysis, 1957, quote, "The systematic removal of multiple assets across diverse demographics, coupled with the absolute lack of auditory or visual disturbances, strongly suggest a highly controlled, high-velocity, non-conventional abduction vector, utilizing stealth technology for selective targeting and clean slate retrieval." End quote. The severity of the Bennington events led to the deployment of specialized CIA atmospheric reconnaissance, the A-Recon teams. They were covert units tasked with monitoring the triangle for anomalous energy spikes or atmospheric shifts. Their search was not for bodies, but for physics. Their goal was to detect the precursor event, the magnetic field shift, the sound, or the pressure drop that preceded the instantaneous removal. Their operational failure led to the creation of a permanent administrative category for this type of unexplainable event. A CIA intelligence memo from 1958 noted the creation of the new protocol. Quote, "The operational inability to detect the causal vector necessitates the creation of the absence vector confirmed protocol. This protocol recognizes systematic zero-trace absence events as unique intelligence priority, distinct from conventional missing person cases." End quote. Project Vacuum proved that the laws of physics are sometimes conditional. The Bennington Triangle remains a spatial instability zone, a place where the Earth holds a secret mechanism for eliminating mass without a trace. Final quote from the CIA on this case is the final absence classification of 1958. Quote, "The Bennington Triangle is classified as a confirmed spatial instability zone, characterized by the systematic high-velocity removal of assets. The mechanism is a non-conventional absence vector, capable of total material disintegration or instantaneous displacement, leaving zero residual forensic signature." End quote. We've covered the physics of spatial disappearance. Now we dive into a phenomenon that defies acoustic science, a persistent localized sound that only some people can hear, suggesting a deep geological or military secret. Next time we're pivoting to a disturbing fable on persistent low-frequency atmospheric resonance. Project Sonic Boom, the NSA and USGS analysis of the Taos hum in New Mexico. We will analyze the intelligence reports on the low-frequency humming noise audible to a small percentage of the population. We'll use NSA RDP60 acoustic VLF memos and the USGS geophysical resonance series to address the core question: is the Taos hum a naturally occurring localized tectonic resonance, the sound of grinding subterranean rock amplified by the geological basin, or is it a powerful, covert, very low frequency military communication signal, a high power broadcast that is subtly affecting the physiology of the local population? The documented truth of Project Vacuum proves that reality has flaws, and if this deep dive into the archives has captured your focus, your support is vital as we investigate the sound that isn't supposed to exist. I'll see you in the archives.